Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Um, Welcome to our weekly forecast. I couldn't do the weekly forecast yesterday on Sunday or Saturday. I've been busy. So other than that, let's do our weekly forecast. Um, so there is few trades that I just entered. I do have the USDJPY longs. I just entered now. I just entered USDJPY longs. I also just entered the gold longs, which is not looking good. Just entered gold longs here, targeting the all-time highs that side. I think these are the two trades that I have. I have a limit on GBP NZD for this week for already. I have a limit on GBP NZD. This is you. Yeah, GBP NZD. I do have a limit, a buy limit to go long as well. And I'll explain everything where everything is coming from. Other than that, I welcome you to this weekly forecast and looking at all what the market gives us. Okay, so let's start with our Excel spreadsheet, our fundamental Excel spreadsheet. Um, so with this fundamental Excel spreadsheet, I'll just quickly take this lower. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna, if you look at it, I do have macroeconomics here, NFP, CPI, PPI, PMI interest rate, unemployment rate, employment change. We look at GDP seasonally, CO2 report, retail sales, and then I do a total scoring. Immediately after the total scoring, you'll see that it gives me the bias here. So I'm just gonna remove all the neutral bias. I'm just gonna remove the neutral, and I'm left with bearish and bullish bias. So I'm gonna start with the bearish bias. The bearish bias, we see Bitcoin has started giving us a bearish reading by last week Friday. Can clearly see we get a bearish reading on Bitcoin. With this bearish reading on Bitcoin, when I look at the technical, Bitcoin have already went lower, but I'll show you that now. And looking at German 30 also gave a very strong bullish reading. GPP NZD, the one I was speaking about now, also gave a strong bullish reading. USDJPY, that's why I entered it. Fundamentally, it's bullish, a very strong bullish reading as well. And GPP CAD also gave a strong bullish reading. GBPAUD gave us a bullish reading, but as not as strong, but 9 is close to being very bullish, okay? And US oil. So those are the things that I'm looking at right now that are very bullish, and only one is bearish in this case. I'm looking at them and I know what I'm looking for based on my fundamentals. Okay. While doing fundamentals, I'm just gonna show you an unemployment rate. It's very stable. Unemployment rate in the US is very stable. You're looking at it's ranging between around 4%. Okay. Retail sale, we just saw a 0.4 increase in retail sales, which is very good for the US dollar. It says the dollar is still as strong as ever, I will say. And then last week or 2 weeks ago, we saw CPI. We saw CPI coming very strong down here because we had very high inflation and Fed started cutting rates. Started increasing rates here. And then September last year, between September and October, we got the lowest reading of CPI of 2.4. With the 2.4 reading of CPI, we started seeing again after the Feds have decreased interest rates enough, we started seeing now the market starting being bullish again. The economy started being strong again with CPI. Now you can clearly see now we got 2.9. We got started getting 2.9 inflation with because the target for Fed is 2%. So once we see 2.9, now we're starting to take off again with inflation. And also when you look at come on, what's happening? Anyway, doesn't want to open. I don't know. I'm struggling to open this guy here. Okay. Anyway, NFP numbers are good. The NFP numbers are good, and then that's why we see the jobs openings is good. We see good retail sales, a slightly increase from the previous month. We started seeing CPI as well, reading 2.9, start going to 3%. And that says we might not get interest rate decreases, but we might get interest rate hikes in this case. Okay. So I have looked at all this fundamental. The I've explained this fundamental spreadsheet, and I should say this is proudly this is something that I've seen from Trader Nick. That time I couldn't afford his hedge fund. However, I decided to find a way of creating my own, combining all microeconomics into one and coming up with a bias. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Trader Nick. Check him out. Trader Nick, I think, yeah, check Trader Nick out. So he's the one who gave me this idea, and I thought I was like, oh, that time I couldn't afford, but why not create my own? But yeah, here we go now. Let's go to our technical. But before we go to our technical, I just want to quickly, uh, uh, okay, what's happening here? Anyway, so looking at Forex Factory for the week ahead, I'm gonna show it there. However, next week for Forex Factory, I think the major news that we have this coming week, not next week, it's already Monday. Anyway, we do have AUD CPI. They're expecting a slight increase in CPI. That's what is forecasted, which is a very good reading for Australian dollar. We're getting Feds also, which is we're getting Feds interest rates expectations. I'm not expecting any decrease or increase for now. We could get the same number. We're still gonna stick to 4.5%. And then as the week goes by, Thursday, we have unemployment claims and we have quarterly GDP reports. Um, if for the quarterly GDP report you start getting lower GDP numbers, that will that will now start to can start seeing the dollar retracing. We can start seeing the dollar retracement because now GDP now it's not as good as it was the previous quarter. And Friday we have uh, Canadian GDP and PCE index as well. And that's what the Feds basically use to determine if we should increase interest rate or decrease interest rates. But going into the technical analysis, I told you that GPBNZD from the previous spreadsheet that I shared, it gave us a plus 11, which is very bullish. That is why if you get to look at this 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 technical chart here. If we're to look at this technical chart here, if you look at this technical chart, the only thing that I want to see now it's a retracement to retest the low to push to the upside. So this is what I'm looking for. I already have a buy limit. Um, I already have a buy limit, and with this buy limit here, I'm very convinced that if we get a retracement to this low here, I'm gonna enter the trade. And then looking at other trades that I'm already just entered to this morning, it's USDJPY. I just entered this morning. Stop loss just below the support, targeting the high. And remember, this is just swing trading. It's not day trading, okay? And then okay, I did explain about GBPNZD. I just entered gold as well. I just entered gold longs as well. Just entered the just targeting the high again. Those are the trades that I'm looking for, but based on our spreadsheet, my fundamental spreadsheet, looking at the macroeconomics, um, the trades that I'm looking for definitely. Let me mark. Let me just quickly filter this. Just gonna leave bullish. Okay, and bearish here. Okay, here we go. What did I do? Okay, remove very bearish, remove the flip bearish, remove neutral. So just gonna look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin gave us, I'll quickly show you here. Bitcoin is interesting. Bitcoin is a very interesting scenario here. Bitcoin, that's what it's called. Anyway, uh, Bitcoin is giving us a -7 reading, which is very bearish. And this morning when I woke up, I went to look at Bitcoin. Just gonna quickly show it to you. So Bitcoin, we started seeing this very aggressive sell to the downside, and I do have a bearish reading on my fundamental spreadsheet. So therefore, for Bitcoin, I'm just looking for a retest to this low and then to go lower. I will have the limit as a market retrace back up. That's what I'm looking for. I have not entered this trade as yet. Um, it's not a trade that I've entered as yet. So, but I'm just watching closely and watching it. Just waiting for this retracement to the upside on Bitcoin. That's the one that I thought at first. Last week when I spoke about what am I looking at, I was looking for a trade above this 107 mark and a retest to continue above 100,000 US dollars. However, I said before it continues, last week when it retested, I was looking for 85,000. 85,000 US dollars for Bitcoin before we push back to the upside. We didn't get that. And fundamentally, it was giving me a bullish reading. Now, fundamentally, it gave me a bearish reading. Then now I'm starting to think, okay, if technically on the 4 hour time frame, I'll get a good retracement to this current resistance here. I might enter short for Bitcoin to go lower. And as you can see, I'm in a very big drawdown here. I entered, this is frustrating. I should say, I did manage this trade extremely wrong last week. Um, I did manage this trade extremely wrong last week. This thing doesn't want me to do this. Right. I did manage this trade extremely wrong last week, which was Nasdaq. I mean, Nasdaq. I entered long, yeah, pushed to the upside. I still didn't move to break even. I entered in another long, and I added positions here. The first one I didn't move to break even. This one I didn't. Now, as we push to the upside, instead of deciding to put the second trade on break even because this is a very strong support, I continued to say it's fine. I'm gonna leave my stop loss at an entry point, and now the market is just totally reversed, close to my stop loss. So I'm in a very strong drawdown with on this trade. Okay. Yeah, that was very badly managed. I've been looked at also look at what US 500 is doing as well. So yeah, indices are extremely low. I haven't checked the fundamentals why they are there's why what happened? Why did you get so much sell off as we open the market on Monday? Anyway, so those are the things that I'm looking at based on my fundamental spreadsheet. Also, I'm also watching closely Euro USD is giving me a +7. GBPAUD, I do have a limit. I'll just quickly share my limit. And the interesting one that I've been looking for very closely, it was GJ. So I'm going to look at GJ and GBPAUD. With GBPAUD, with GBPAUD, as I said, I'm looking also GBPAUD. I'm also looking for a retracement here to go long. I've not entered this traders yet. And then GJ as well. GJ, I'm looking for shorts. I mean, I'm looking for long. The British pound has been doing quite well now. So GJ, I'm supposed to be on this shot. No, no, why did I enter? Did I enter? Let me quickly confirm here and I can enter this. Let's see, USDJPY. Oh shit. This thing's getting a lot of okay. Yeah, I did enter GJ, I did enter gold, I entered USDJPY. So I've been on some aggressive entries here. Uh, yeah, I'm in some really aggressive entries here. And okay. Sorry, I was just adjusting my stop losses. I wish to show you what's happening with my stop losses. It's extremely bad. I'm in a very strong drawdown. Anyway, I did enter GJ as well. This is how I entered GJ. We saw a very strong support holding another support here. Stop loss below the support, and this was purely because of the daily time frame. We saw the market broke above this high. On a daily, we see the strong support that is here. I just entered on a 4 hour time frame. Stop loss below the 4H support. Just hoping that the support holds to start pushing to the upside. Fundamentally, it makes sense. My spreadsheet did give me a very bullish reading. Um, the 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 BOJ, from College Right correctly, last week they did increase interest rates to a 0.5 from a 0.25%. However, that wouldn't do much compared to its other currencies like your Japanese pound. I mean, you hear what I'm saying, a Japanese pound, like your like your British pound. It's not gonna do so much because when you compare the interest rates between the two, the Japan, the British pound it's quite doing quite well. The economy is doing well. The Japanese yen. Honestly, it's just stable for me. It's just stable. I don't see anything why you move into Japan unless it's a carry trade. Other than that, I'm bullish for for British pound. Uh, did I enter this trade now? Let's see. So also, I'm looking for retracement. I did explain that. So these are the things that I'm looking for this week. I've already entered very aggressively to few trades. So I'm in a very good drawdown. I'm just gonna wait and see the trade that I've entered, how they play out before I enter more trades for this week. It was a very aggressive Monday morning and had a lot of trades aggressively. GBP there's nothing that I'll look for, but honestly, for me, gold, I've entered long gold, targeting the high. I don't have a take profit. I'll just trade my stop loss. As I said, the last thing that I'll say before I end this recording, I have a very bad trade management for this trade. Yeah, just quickly mark the support. Yeah, that was a very trade management, to be honest. Entered long. Look at that. It gave me about 1.9 RR, entered another one here. Instead of moving to break even, I didn't, just held on this trade. Now it is totally reversed. Totally reversed. And a very strong drawdown, which it's something that I was not looking for. But it just happened. I did manage my trades quite well. Bitcoin, as I explained earlier, I'm just looking for adjustment to the upside to re-enter because look at that. We just broke out away from this area here. I don't use patterns, but look at this pattern. We just broke out. I'm waiting for a retracement to this resistance to go short or to this 4 hour fair value gap here as a trade fair value gap. So these are the things that I'm looking for. So yeah, I started my Monday quite not in a good space, given that I went in aggressively and now I'm in a very good drawdown. But however, sorry, I'll update you as the week goes by and see how it's gonna go. I know my name is Vutlari or my name is Prayer. And this was the Alpha Reformer Trading Show weekly forecast. Apologies for the delay in posting this. I've been busy. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and leave your comment. And tell me what you think with this weekly forecast. Is there anything that you think the market will do that I didn't touch on? And are you good with fundamentals? Let me know. Teach me as well. I wouldn't mind. And have a great day and have a great trading week ahead. I love you all. Peace.